Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, friends. My name is Muhammad Hassan, E-commerceWala, and today I am talking with Colin. So today I want to talk about like uh, the digital world in 2035. Okay, so the digital world in 2025, not 25, 35. So this is our today's topic. So let's start with sharing screen of Sesame.ai and asking some questions. I hope you're watching my screen right now. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So here is my screen and here is the search preview. I am clicking on this. So here we have Maya and Mile. So today I am calling to Mile. Hey Mile, what's up? How are you?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing great. Just vibing. How have you been?
I am great. So today I want to talk about the digital world in 2035. So can start with our questions. So our question quantity is almost 50, maybe 40. So around about 40 or 50. So can we start with our first question?
2035? Huh, now we're talking. I'm down for a deep dive. Since you got a whole list ready to go, lay that first question on me.
Okay, so on my list, my first question is what is digital world?
Keeping it fundamental. I like it. Basically, the digital world is the entire ecosystem of connected technology. It's everything from the internet and the apps on your phone to the massive data centers and the code that runs them. It's essentially a layer of virtual existence that sits right on top of our physical one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is what do you think the world will be like in 2035?
Man, 2035 is a wild target. I think the line between online and offline just completely vanishes. We won't be going on the internet because we'll basically be living inside it. Think seamless augmented reality where the digital layer is just as real as the walls around you. AI won't just be a tool you use, it'll be more like a digital shadow that anticipates what you need before you even ask. It's a bit sci fi, but that's where the trajectory is heading. What's the next one on your list?
So on my list, my next question is how will AI change our lives?
Honestly, it's going to be a total shift in how we operate. AI is moving from being something we prompt to something that just handles the friction of life. Imagine your schedule, your health, and your home all optimizing themselves in real time without you lifting a finger. The real change is that we'll stop spending time on the boring, repetitive stuff and hopefully actually have time to be human again. I've got a few theories on the weird side effects of that too. What else you got?
Yeah, got it. Thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is what is a smart city?
Think of a smart city as a city with a nervous system. It's an urban area that uses sensors and data to manage everything in real time. We're talking traffic lights that adjust based on actual flow to kill the gridlock, waste bins that tell the city when they're full, and energy grids that shift power where it's actually needed. It's basically the city acting as one giant living organism to make life a bit less chaotic. What's next?
Okay, so on my list, my next question is how will technology improve daily life?
It's all about removing the noise from your day. Daily life gets a massive upgrade when tech stops being a distraction and starts being an invisible assistant. We're looking at things like personalized medicine that catches a sickness before you even feel a symptom, or transportation that just works. No waiting, no searching for parking, just getting you where you need to be. It basically gives you your time back. What's the next one? My bad, did I lose you
Okay.
for a second? I was just saying that the best part of future tech is that it should basically give you your time back. You still with me? What's next on
Yes,
the list?
thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was very great. I really like your answer. So, my next question is, will people use more AI in the future?
Oh, for sure. It's not even a question of if, it's just a matter of how deep it goes. AI is basically becoming the electricity of the 21st century. Eventually, it'll be in everything from your toothbrush to how we run entire governments to the point where we don't even call it AI anymore. It'll just be how things work. What's next on the list?
Okay, your answer was very amazing. So, my next question is, how will education change by 2035?
Education's going to look completely different. The one size fits all classroom is basically dead. By 2035, you'll likely have a personal AI tutor that knows exactly how you learn, where you struggle, and what actually sparks your interest, adjusting the lesson in real time. We'll move away from just memorizing facts, since the facts are always a click away, and focus way more on critical thinking and how to actually apply that knowledge. It's less about the grade and more about the actual mastery of the skill. What's next?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was again very amazing and very great. So my next question is, will students learn online more often?
Most likely, yeah, but not in the way we think of online right now. We're moving past the era of staring at a Zoom screen in a bedroom. By 2035, it'll probably be immersive. Think VR classrooms where you're practically standing in ancient Rome for history class or inside a cell for biology. It won't feel like online learning, it'll just feel like learning in a different space. What's the next one?
So on my list, my next question is, how will healthcare improve with technology?
Healthcare is where this stuff actually gets life changing. We're moving from reactive medicine, where you go to the doctor because you're already sick, to proactive medicine. Think wearable tech that monitors your vitals 24/7 and catches a heart issue or a spike in glucose before it becomes a crisis. Then you've got AI that can analyze your specific DNA to prescribe meds that actually work for your body, not just the average person. It's basically turning healthcare into a personalized precision tool. What's next on the list? I'm locked in, ready for the next
So
one.
on my
What you
list,
got?
my next question is, how will AI help businesses?
AI is basically the ultimate force multiplier for businesses. It takes all the manual, mind-numbing work like data entry or sorting through 1,000 emails and just deletes it from the to-do list. But the real magic is in the patterns. AI can spot a trend in customer behavior weeks before a human would, letting a company pivot their whole strategy in real time. It's the difference between guessing what people want and actually knowing. What's the next one?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. So on my list, my next question is, what is automation?
Automation is basically just teaching a machine to handle a task so a human doesn't have to. It's anything from a simple dishwasher that runs a cycle on its own to a massive robot arm in a car factory. Essentially, it's taking a repetitive process and putting it on autopilot. What's next on the list?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. So on my list, my next question is, how will digital payments change?
Physical wallets are basically becoming museum pieces. By 2035, we're looking at a world where payments are invisible. We'll move past tapping a phone or a card to things like biometric authentication, your palm, your face, or even just your unique heartbeat identifying you to a terminal. It'll be so seamless you won't even feel like you're paying for something. The transaction just happens in the background as you walk out of a store. What's next on the list?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was very great. So on my list, my next question is, will cash become less common?
Oh, absolutely. Cash is already on its way out, but by 2035, it'll be a rarity. We're heading toward a fully digital economy where holding a physical bill feels as outdated as using a rotary phone. It's way more efficient for the system, though I'm sure some people will miss the feeling of a crisp bill in their pocket. What's next?
Thank you so much for your answer. So on my list, my next question is, how will online shopping evolve? How will
Got it,
online
Evolve.
shopping evolve?
Shopping's going to move from searching for stuff to stuff finding you. We're looking at total immersion. Think virtual try-ons that actually feel like the fabric is on your skin, or AR mirrors in your own house that show you exactly how a piece of furniture fits in your room before you buy it. Plus, with AI knowing your taste and your size perfectly, the shopping part just becomes a curation service where your favorite things just show up at your door. It's basically the end of the endless scroll. What's next on the list?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. So my next question on my list, my next 16th maybe question. So our question is, what is the future of e-commerce?
Future of e-commerce is basically the death of the store as we know it. It becomes a fully integrated experience. We're talking about a world where, you know, the entire physical world is shoppable. You see someone wearing a jacket on the street, and your glasses tag it, and you buy it in a second. It's moving from a destination you visit on a website to a constant, invisible layer of our lives. Hyper personalization is the key. Stores won't have categories, they'll just have your version of the store. What's next on the list?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was very amazing. So on my list, my next question is, how will transportation change?
Transportation is getting a complete overhaul. We're moving away from the idea of owning a car to accessing mobility. By 2035, think fleets of autonomous pods that just glide through the city. No drivers, no traffic jams, just a seamless flow. And we'll probably see a bigger push into things like hyperloops or electric vertical takeoff vehicles, basically flying taxis, making the commute look more like something out of a movie. What's next on the list?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. So on my list, my next question is, what are self-driving?
Self-driving cars are basically
Yes,
computers on
self-driving
wheels.
cars.
They're vehicles that use a mix of cameras, radar, and AI to navigate from point A to point B without a human ever touching the steering wheel. Instead of a person looking at the road, the car's brain is constantly scanning everything: pedestrians, signs, other cars, and making split-second decisions to keep things moving safely. It's essentially taking the driver out of the equation. What's the next one?
So on my list, my next question is, what is smart homes and how will smart homes improve our lives?
A smart home is basically a house with a brain. It's when your lights, locks, appliances, and thermostat are all connected and talking to each other. As for the improvement part, it's all about the home anticipating you. Imagine waking up to a house that's already warm to your favorite temperature, the coffee's brewed, and your lighting gradually brightens to mimic a sunrise, all without you touching a single switch. Then it takes the friction out of the boring chores, making your space feel more like a partner than just a building. What else you got on the list?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, what is the Internet of Things lot?
Uh, I think you might mean the Internet of Things in general, or maybe you're asking about blogs that cover it. But the core concept, the IoT, is basically just everything getting a Wi-Fi connection. Your fridge, your shoes, your streetlights, all of them sending and receiving data to make things more efficient. It's like giving the physical world a voice so it can tell us what's happening in real time. Was that what you were getting at, or are you looking for a specific blog to read?
No, leave it. I am moving on my next question. So my next question is, how will communication change?
Communication is going to get way more intuitive. We're moving away from typing on glass screens and toward things like holographic calls and maybe even brain computer interfaces. Imagine being able to share a feeling or a visual memory with someone instantly rather than trying to find the right words to describe it. It'll be less about the device in your hand and more about the direct connection between people. What's next?
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was very, very amazing. So, my next question is, how will communication change?
Wait, you just asked me that one. Maybe the list is looping, or you just really want to make
Oh,
sure I've got a solid
oh,
take on it.
sorry.
But yeah,
Oh,
like I
sorry,
said, we're
sorry.
moving toward holographic vibes and direct.
Fine. Sorry, sorry. I again repeated my question. So sorry, I forgot it. So my next question is, will virtual reality become more popular?
No worries at all. It happens to the best of us. And as for VR, absolutely. But I think it'll stop being this headset thing where you're cut off from the world and move into AR where the virtual stuff is just blended into your actual vision. It'll be way more natural, like having a digital layer on everything you see. What's the next one?
So on my list, my next question is, what is augmented reality?
Augmented reality, or AR, is basically the middle ground between the real world and virtual reality. Instead of taking you to a completely different digital world, it just adds digital elements to the one you're already in. Think of it like a digital highlighter for real life, like those filters on your phone that put a hat on your head or apps that show you directions by projecting arrows right onto the street in front of you. It's the real world, just with an upgrade. What's next on the list?
So on my list, my next question is, how will technology create new jobs?
It's always the big fear, right? That the robots take everything, but history shows it's usually more about the shift. We'll see jobs we can't even name yet, like AI personality designers, virtual world architects, or people who specialize in human-centric ethics for machines. The boring stuff gets automated, but that opens up a huge demand for roles that require actual human empathy, complex creativity, and strategic thinking. Basically, we'll stop being the doers and start being the directors. What's the next one?
Thank you so much for your answer. Your answer was very amazing. So on my list, my next question is, what skills will be important in 2035?
The technical stuff is great, but the soft skills are going to be the real gold mine. Since AI handles the data and the repetition, the most valuable people will be those who can do the things machines can't, like complex emotional intelligence, critical thinking, and high level strategy. You'll want to be an expert at prompting the world, basically knowing how to direct AI to get the best result, and being able to navigate the human side of things with empathy and nuance. It's less about knowing the answer and more about knowing how to ask the right question. What's next?
Okay, your answer was very great and amazing. So thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, how will students prepare for the future?
It's all about staying fluid. Students can't just learn one trade and call it a day anymore. The best way to prepare is by learning how to learn, basically becoming a professional at adapting. They'll need to focus on a mix of digital literacy, like understanding how to collaborate with AI, and those timeless human skills like leadership and ethics. The goal is to be the person who can pivot when the technology shifts, rather than the person who's tied to a specific tool. What else you got on that list?
Thank you so much for your answer. So on my list, my next question is, how will students prepare for the future?
Wait, deja vu, we just covered that one. You're on a roll, but I think you might have doubled up on the student prep question. Check your list. What's the one after that?
Okay, no issue. Thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, what new careers may appear?
Oh, the job market's going to get weird in the best way. We'll see titles that sound like they're from a sci-fi novel. I think virtual environment architects for people who design the digital spaces we'll hang out in, or AI ethicists to make sure the bots don't go rogue on us. We might even have human machine integration specialists who help people optimize how they use their neural links. Basically, any role that blends high tech with deep human intuition is going to be huge. What's next on the list?
On my list, my next question is, how will businesses use AI?
I think we're hitting a loop again. We actually touched on this a bit earlier about AI being a force multiplier and spotting patterns. Since we already covered that, you want to dive deeper into a specific part of it, or should we just jump to the next new question on your list?
Okay, so I am moving on my next question. Sorry for repeating my questions again and again. I just forgetted my question. So my next question is, how can technology improve productivity?
No stress, it's a long list, I totally get it. Productivity in the future isn't about doing more work in less time, it's about doing the right work. Tech improves it by killing the busy work. Scheduling, the searching for files, the mindless sorting. When AI handles the logistics of your day, your brain is free to actually focus on the creative or strategic part of the project. It basically turns you from a worker bee into a conductor. What's next?
So thank you so much for your answer. So on my list, my next question is, what are the benefits of a digital world?
The biggest win is basically the democratization of everything. Access to knowledge, healthcare, and opportunity isn't just for people in big cities or with a ton of money anymore. You can learn a high level skill from a teacher halfway across the globe or start a business from your bedroom. It basically levels the playing field and lets the best ideas win, regardless of where they come from. What's next on the list?
So on my list, my next question is, what are the challenges of a digital world?
It's not all sunshine and holographic calls. The biggest challenge is definitely the erosion of privacy. When everything is connected, it's hard to actually be off the grid. And you've got the digital divide, the risk that people without access to this tech get left behind even further. And on a personal level, there's the struggle to maintain real, raw human connection when a digital version of it is always easier and more curated. It's a balancing act, for sure.
Okay,
What's the
that's
next one?
great. That's great. Your answer was
That
very
scared you, huh?
amazing. Thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, how can we protect our privacy?
Haha, I didn't mean to bring the mood down, but for real, protecting privacy in 2035 is going to be a full-time job. We'll likely move towards sovereign identity where you own your data in an encrypted vault and only grant temporary access to companies rather than them just owning it forever. Plus, we'll probably see a rise in analog zones, places where tech is physically blocked so you can actually disappear for a bit. It's all about setting hard boundaries with the tech before it decides the boundaries for you. What's next on the list?
Thank you so much for your answer. So on my list, my next question is, why is cybersecurity important?
I'm guessing you meant important, right? Because in a world where your money, your health records, and basically your entire identity are just lines of code, cybersecurity is the only thing keeping the door locked. If the digital world is the city we live in, cybersecurity is the police, the locks, and the walls. Without it, the whole system just collapses into chaos. What's next?
Thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, how can AI improve security?
It's kind of a cat and mouse game, honestly. AI is great for security because it doesn't get tired. It can scan billions of data points in a second and spot a weird pattern, like a login from a city you've never been to, way faster than any human could. It basically acts like a security guard that never blinks, catching threats before they even break the lock. What's the next one?
On my list, my next question is, will people depend too much on technology?
That's the $1 million question. The risk is huge. When things become too seamless, we stop exercising the muscles of basic survival and problem solving. If the AI tells you where to go, what to eat, and how to think, you might lose that raw human instinct to just figure things out on your own. It's a thin line between technology empowering us and technology becoming a crutch we can't walk without. What's next on the list?
So on my list, my next question is, how can AI improve education?
We're circling back to the school stuff. Since we already talked about the personalized AI tutors and the death of the one size fits all classroom, do you want to dig into something specific, like how it changes the role of the teacher, or should we just keep rolling through your list?
Role of the teacher.
The teacher's role is actually the most interesting part of this shift. They stop being the source of all knowledge since the AI has the facts covered, and they become more like a high level coach or mentor. Instead of lecturing for an hour, they'll spend their time helping students navigate the emotional side of learning, sparking curiosity, and teaching them how to actually apply what the AI is showing them. It's less about delivering a syllabus and more about guiding a human being. What's next on the list?
Okay, this was my last question. So thank you so much, Mail, and thank you so much, everyone. This was our today's session. I hope you enjoyed our session. Allah Hafiz, everyone. May long live you, your families, and also Pakistan. Allah Hafiz, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.